There's a reason this camera looks like memories. It's a creative choice. You see, every time I use it in a video, people ask me the same thing. What camera is that? So today, I'm finally breaking down my entire setup. And since this video was so highly requested, this will probably be the last video I make about it. I hope to answer all of your questions, so let's get right into it. What is going on? I'm hyped to get in today's video because, one, I want to help you find the perfect camcorder setup for yourself. And number two, this video is highly requested. The amount of comments I've been getting on this specific camera lately is been insane. Now, I've made a lot of videos evolving or revolving around this camera, but I never really got into the weeds of it, or like I've never really made a full breakdown. So today's the day. I hope to fill in all of your questions regarding this camera. I want to make it to the point, so let's jump right into it. So what camera is this? This is called the Sony DCR-DVD650, and I know that's a mouthful to say, but the main specific reason why I use this camera is because I got this camera back in 2008 for Christmas. And ever since then, I've been obsessed with filmmaking and creating things. It's honestly a reminder to keep that childlike imagination running wild, and that's why I love Sony so much. Now let's talk about how I actually set up the camera for filming. There are a few different routes you can take depending on what look you want, but for me personally, I love shooting in that 4:3 aspect ratio. When I shoot like this, I immediately think of nostalgia, early 2000s, old memories. There's something about the quality of this camera that feels very human. It's a little careless, it's grainy, it's imperfect, and honestly, that's where the magic comes from. As far as settings go, you can't really do much with this camera, but I leave it on high quality to get the best looking image out of this camera. Other than that, I leave everything else default. This is probably the most requested question I get all the time, and that question is, what fisheye lens do I use for this camera? Now, when I ordered this fisheye lens a couple of years ago, this was the first one that popped up for me. This is not sponsored, and I really want to emphasize that, but this one's called the Isonics Pro Series 0.43x high definition AF wide angle lens. Now, there's so many different alternatives. You can find ones on Amazon, you can find ones on other websites, but the main thing that I want you to keep in mind when you're ordering this lens is the thread size. Now, this one in particular for this camera is a 30mm thread size. I don't want you to waste your money. So these lenses can cost around like $30 to $70. They're not really expensive at all, but I just love the way it looks. It gives me old skate vibes, and that's how, I got into filmmaking, by skateboarding. So having that fisheye was really important back then. All right, so you got your camcorder, you got your fisheye, you're ready to start recording, but you're gonna need something to save those clips on the camera for making those memories. So let's talk about memory. Now, this is where it can get really confusing for some people, because it is confusing. Now, back in the day, this camera used to take memory stick duo. I don't know if you remember the PSP back in the day, but it takes the exact same memory stick. Now, they discontinued them, but there's alternatives. This is my setup. I use a memory stick duo adapter. So essentially you put this in, but you're gonna need another memory card to actually save the files in. So you got this, and then you put this in here, just like so, and then you stick it into the camera. Now, the one I use for the micro SD card, I like to keep it low in memory because, I don't know, these cameras are really picky. They like what they like, and they don't like what they don't. And this one is a 4GB made by SanDisk. You slip this in, put it in my camera, just like so, and you're ready to go. But now, I want to actually share something with you. This camera looks exactly the same, right? This is made by Sony, but this one, the main one that I use, is called a Sony DCR-DVD650, and this one's called the 610. They look identical, but they're not. This one does not like this memory setup. I don't know what it is. It does not register at all. It doesn't even record. So you gotta find what your camera likes, and that's the annoying part, if I'm being honest. I had a buddy that had the same camera, and we just kept trying to find that perfect setup, and we eventually found it, but these cameras are very finicky, they're old, and yeah, they're very stubborn. So that's my setup for memory. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me or leave a comment on this video. I will help you 100%. I know it can get crazy, but I'll get to you when I can. Another thing that you may run into when you're using my setup with the adapter and micro SD card is the camera will beep and it'll think that it's not having memory, but when you go play back the clips, those clips are there. So just ignore it, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna put this SD card in, right? Just like so. I'm gonna power my camcorder on. It's on, right? Now, just to prove this, I gotta wait for it to load. It's beeping. It's telling you that there's no memory in, but ignore it, hit record, and it still records. I've never ran into an issue putting my memory stick into my computer. All the clips are there, they're safe, and I'm still recording just to prove to you that it works. But yeah, I brought this to New York on trips, and it never let me down. It's just a weird thing that you kind of have to get used to, but it'll play again, thinking that it's not there. But then you go back. That beeping is so crazy. That clip is there. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this will be the last video I make about this camcorder. Reason being is because I feel like I covered everything. I capped out. I don't know what else to say. I just hope I helped you with this one. I just wanted to make this so it's out there for the world to see and hopefully answer your questions. But once you have this set up, it is so fun. It's that aesthetic that is truly timeless. I'm going to leave it off here. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to be going out to Boston and getting some shopping done for Amsterdam because that's coming up. But this is Ricky. Thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. Peace.